with the much awaited program. So I request all the panelists to please mute their audio. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries and officials from the Central GST Department in one and only unique program, E-Open House on GST. Friends, uh, I feel proud to say that this is for the first time in history, Central GST Department has given their kind consent and Professional Association has taken up the challenge to arrange e-open house on GST in a totally digital way, in online way. So friends, this is the start of the new era and we are lucky enough to witness this era. So friends, we urge you that please take the benefit of this program till the last minute of this program, because we are going to uh, discuss many important issues and we are going to take many important brief from the honorable authorities of Central GST Department. So friends, I welcome all the participants and I welcome the officials of Central GST Department, Honorable Shri Ajay Jain sir, Principal Chief Commissioner of Central GST, Ahmedabad Zone. I welcome Honorable Shri Sunil Kumar Singh sir, Principal Commissioner of Central GST from Ahmedabad South Zone. I welcome Honorable Dr. Balbir Singh sir, Commissioner of CGST Ahmedabad North Zone. I welcome Honorable Lalit Prasad sir, Commissioner of Central GST Rajkot Zone. I welcome Honorable Dr. Jitesh Nagori sir, Honorable Commissioner of CGST from Gandhinagar Zone. Friends, I feel proud to welcome all these honorable authorities of Central GST Department. Uh, we, uh, we are uh, we are obliged to them that they have spent their valuable time to brief us and clarify many issues of GST. Friends, from professional side, uh, many professional associations have come together to achieve the goal of clarifying the GST issues and win over the GST. So friends, from professional association side, I welcome all Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultant, President Sri Advocate Bharat Bhai L. Seth Sahib, Senior Vice President CA Arvind Godana sir, Honorable Secretary CA Vishwesh Shah, from Chartered Accountant Association Ahmedabad, President CA Ketan Mistry, Honorable Secretary CA Mihir Pujara, from Income Tax Bar Association Ahmedabad, Honorable Dhireshbhai T. Shah, President Emeritus, President Advocate Ashutosh Bhai Thakkar, Honorable Secretary C.A. Ashish Tekwani, from the Tax Practitioner Association Nadiyad, President Tarak G. Patel, Honorable Secretary Kandar J. Gajjar, from the Bhavnagar Income Tax Bar Association, President Advocate Ramesh N. Trivedi, Honorable Secretary Anil B. Tekwani, Suresh P. Langalia, from the Southern Gujarat Income Tax Bar Association Surat, President Advocate Anil K. Shah, Honorable Secretary Advocate Deepesh Sakwala, from Jamnagar Tax Consultant Association, President C.A. Sanjeev C. Budh, Honorable Secretary Kaupil Doshi, from the DISA Tax Bar Association, President Amrut P. Mewada, Honorable Secretary Naresh Kumar P. Parmar, from Taxation Practitioners Association Godhra, President C.A. Vimal A. Parikh, Honorable Secretary Sunil C. Shah, and other dignitaries consist of Santibhai Thakkar, Vice President North Zone of AGFTC, and Nudang H. Vakil, Honorable Treasurer of AGFTC, and CA Monish Shah, Vice President of Chartered Accountant Association. Friends, I welcome all these panelists. A very warm welcome in E-Open House of GST. Now, I request President of All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants, Sri Bharat Bhai L. Seth, to give his introductory remark. Bharat Bhai.
સાહેબ અનમ્યુટ કરવું પડશે.
Hello. Now it is audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Chief guest of this today e-open house, Principal Chief Commissioner, CGST Ahmedabad Zone, respected Shri Ajay Jain sir. Panelist of this e-open house, Principal Commissioner, CGST Ahmedabad South, respected Shri Sunil Kumar Singh sir. Commissioner, CGST Ahmedabad North, respected Shri Balbir Singh Katra sir. Commissioner, CGST Rajkot, respected Shri Lalit Prasad sir. Commissioner, CGST Gandhinagar, respected Shri Jitesh Nagori sir. Office Bearer of the AGFTC. Chairman of Indirect Tax Committee of AGFTC, CA Priyam Shah. President and Office Bearer of Associated Organization, Senior in the profession, and friends. I heartily welcome you all in this historical event. This event is historical in many phases. First time in the history of GST, after GST is implemented in 2017, the open house has been organized by CGST department. 3 years has been completed and so many problems has been raised. So this open house is very timely organized so that so many issues can be resolved. Sir, faceless administration has been developed by department, but the charm of face-to-face is a separate thing. So this open house, we can meet face-to-face, not personally, but on video conference. So I hope that this open house will be organized regularly at every quarter or every 6 months. So it is historical in second phase that from the all corner of Gujarat, Saurashtra, the panelists are from Gujarat and Saurashtra. So all problems of total Gujarat will be resolved by this commissioner. We know that every area is independent problem. Saurashtra problem, Gujarat has some typical problem. So we are lucky to have a commissioner from Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar and Rajkot to resolve this problem. It is historical in third phase, sir, that first time in the history of AGFTC, 8 other institution association has been joined with us from the all corner of Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Jamnagar, Rajkot, Disa, Nadiyad. So the problem from all over the Gujarat will be resolved by you, and I hope that this open house will be fruitful for all the participants. Sir, Atmanirbhar Yojana has been declared by state and central government. State government has withdrawn the notice of VAT assessment up to 10 crores. Some type of relaxations be given in CGST also. And I hope that the representation made by various organizations regarding withdrawal of notice will be suitably responded by you. I heartily welcome you all. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, friends, I want to welcome CA Priyam Shah, who is the key person after the arrangement of this e-open house on GST. And friends, he has really done his great efforts for preparing the questions and for briefing the honorable authorities. So I welcome heartily CA Priyam Shah for his brief speech.
Thank you, Karthik bhai. Sir, I would like to give some brief background about the AGFTC because the authority may not be, all the authority may not be aware about the background. So AGFTC is an apex body of the tax professionals, which includes the chartered accountant, tax advocates, tax professionals across the state. And the AGFTC is having 34 professional associations across the Gujarat who are the members of the federation. So in all, we can say more than 15-20,000 members are directly or indirectly associated with this federation. Main object of this association is to educate professionals and the taxpayer at large with respect to the direct taxes as well as indirect taxes. The core object of the federation is to enhance the knowledge among the members and more particularly to the official area, or we can say to the rural area. As far as today's e-open house is concerned, we are fortunate to have the Principal Chief Commissioner, Ahmedabad Zone Ajay Jain sir, as chief guest, and also the fortunate to have the jewels from the CGST department. And out of these 4 jewels, 2 are having a doctor degree. One of them, Dr. Balbir Singh, is an MBBS by qualification, and Dr. Jitesh Nagore, he has done his PhD. So, and we also have fortunate have as Sunil Kumar Singh sir, as well as the Lalit Prasad sir with us. In our Kutsi meeting with Ajay Jain sir in the first week of July, and in informal discussion with him, the whole idea of this meeting was crop up. And Principal Commissioner sir was very kind enough to give his consent very immediately. As far as the Ajay Jain sir is concerned, I really appreciate his dealer-friendly and proactive approach towards solution and the hardship faced by the stakeholders or the tax professionals. Today's e-open house, as rightly said by the President, is historical in a sense that it is unique and memorable, and it is going a long way in the coming time that such type of activity can be organized frequently. The object of this open house is to resolve the administrative problem and the issues and the difficulties faced by the taxpayers and the tax professionals at large, and to improve the governance. This arrangement of e-open house is unique in terms that authority who are at the helm of the affairs is going to give the administrative solutions or the guidance. So there is a saying in English that we are going to listen from the horse mouth, which will help to lower authority to resolve the administrative difficulties which they are facing. We have received the overwhelming response from all over Gujarat and has received many questions, or we can say query from the members. However, we have selected those questions which are relating to the administrative problems, and those who are in a common queries are also summarized in a question form. We have tried to eliminate the questions which are not pertaining to the administrative issues. So with this, I welcome you all in this unique e-open house, which is also going to be the first as far as the CGST department is also concerned. May I request MOC to take the charge.
Thank you, Priyam Bhai. Friends, Priyam Bhai is a chairman of Indirect Tax Committee of All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants. Now, I invite CA Ketan Mistry to introduce our Honorable Authority Principal Chief Commissioner of CGST, Shri Ajay Jain sir, and all the other honorable authorities who are panelists to introduce them. Please, Ketan Bhai Mistry.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Karthik bhai, and good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure and privilege to introduce Brigade of Learned Officer from CGST Department. It is headed by Shri Ajay Jain sir. Ajay Jain sir is an IRS, a 1985 batch officer, and is presently holding charge of Principal Chief Commissioner, CGST and Central Excise, Ahmedabad Zone. Earlier, he was worked in the capacity of Principal Commissioner of Customs, Ahmedabad. In his career, he has worked in the various customs and central excise formation, Central Bureau of Narcotics and Director of Revenue Intelligence in various capacities. He also worked as a technical officer as well as Commissioner Central Excise in Central Board of Excise and Custom. Friends, he was conferred with the Presidential Award for his specially distinguished record of service in 2011. He was associated with the formulation of GST process documents and drafting of GST law from 2010 onwards. And the other members in his brigade is a very learned officer, Shri Sunil Kumar Singh, an IRS of 1990 batch, presently posted as Principal Commissioner, Central CGST, Ahmedabad South. Dr. Balbir Singh Ji, 1991 IRS Officer, Commissioner, Central Excise, Ahmedabad North Commissionerate. Shri Lalit Prasad Sir, and 1995 IRS Officer, presently posted as Commissioner, Central GST, Rajkot Commissionerate. And we have Dr. Jitesh Nagori, 1997 IRS Officer, and presently posted as Commissioner, Central GST, Gandhinagar Commissionerate. With this brief introduction, I welcome all of you, sir, and we will definitely have an added advantage of your interpretation and your guidance about the question we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ketan Bhai, for the introduction of honorable authorities. Now I warmly welcome Honorable Principal CCIT Sir, Shri Ajay Jain Sir, to give his welcome speech in this historic event of e-open house on GST. Please, sir.
Shri Bharat Sheth, President, All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants. Shri Ketan Mistry, President, Chartered Accountants Association. Shri Prem Shah, Chairman, Indirect Taxation Committee, AGFTC. Shri Ashutosh Bhai Thakkar, President, Income Tax Bar Association. Other distinguished office bearers and members of various chapters of All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants. It gives me a great pleasure to be associated with this unique event, an e-open house on GST. I sincerely thank you for making me and my team a part of this event and extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Friends, the tax consultants have a stellar role to play in helping the government towards implementing various tax policies. With the onset of GST, you as a stakeholder have a large role to play in ensuring success of this major tax reform ushered in by the government. The government has engaged with you right from the beginning of the GST journey, and this July 2020, we have completed 3 years of the GST. No wonder this event, e-open house, is a fitting tribute to the ethos of one nation, one tax, and one market. The biggest challenge for all tax stakeholders, including our department, in the present background of pandemic is to remain relevant, responsive, and to manage our resources in the best interest of the taxpayers. To this extent, I sincerely believe that today's initiative is a concrete step in resolving taxpayer issues. Tax consultants, especially for the MSME sector, act as a bridge between the department and the taxpayers to ensure smooth implementation of tax policies and resolve tax-related queries. Today's meeting through virtual medium is indeed appreciable as it sets an example for others that even in these trying times of COVID-19, both the government as well as the tax consultants are working tirelessly towards the betterment of the taxpayers. You are aware that government has been responding to the need of the taxpayers in these hard times by proactively taking various initiatives, like extending the prescribed time limits for various tax compliances, easing penal provisions like reduced interest rates, waiver of late fees, allowing filing of returns through EVC, filing of nil GSTR 3B returns, nil GSTR 1 returns through SMSs, etc., etc. Some of these major steps taken by the government facilitating GST taxpayers in particular and business in general are, I'll just mention a few, although all of you would be aware. Normal taxpayers having turnover above rupees 5 crore can file GSTR 3B from February 20 till April 20 within 15 days after the due date and thereafter with interest at the rate of 9% till 24/06/20. No late fee is applicable till this date. For May 20, the due date has been extended to 27/6/20. Normal taxpayers having turnover below rupees 5 crore can file GSTR 3B returns with, for the period February to April with nil interest till the prescribed dates and thereafter with an interest till 30th 9/20. No late fee is applicable till 30th 9/20. For May, for the month of May 2020, the due date has been extended to 12/7/2020. Similarly, the taxpayers registered for TDS, input service distributors, non-resident taxable persons, etc. have been allowed to furnish the respective returns for the month of March to May on or before 31st of August 2020. Composition taxpayers can furnish forms GSTR CMP 08 for the quarter ending March till 7/7/2020 and file annual return till 31/8/2020. You will be happy to note that during this pandemic time also, we were working tirelessly towards processing the refund claims, processing the registration applications which are pending with us. And during this period, from April to July, our department has processed a refund amount of rupees 887 crores. Friends, such concrete efforts of the government will benefit the taxpayers only when the benefit and compliance requirements are correctly explained and conveyed to them. And that is where the role of your and the members of your fraternity comes into picture. At our end, you are aware, and I would like to repeat that again. We have help desk in almost each formation. Our senior level officers are always available. You can just seek an appointment and meet them for any kind of a problem. They could be the deputy commissioners, additional commissioners, commissioners, or including me also. Anytime you feel any problem, please feel free to this thing. We are putting a lot of information on our CBIC website as well as on our website of the zone. You can also send us emails. We are getting a number of requests through the emails and we are taking all the steps to resolve them as quickly as possible. There are sometimes certain issues regarding the processing in the system, but believe me, we take these type of problems very seriously, and we are taking personal initiatives to talk to the concerned people and trying to resolve them. So I feel and I firmly believe that the synergy of the efforts taken by the government and your fraternity will definitely create a facilitating environment for achieving greater economic heights for India. In the end, I take this opportunity to thank you all for creating this occasion and inviting me and my colleagues for this public interest endeavor. We as department are indeed delighted to be part of such effort, and we look forward to more such innovative initiatives. I agree with the dignitaries who spoke before me. This type of meeting should be organized at regular intervals, maybe quarterly, and with various shades of stakeholders, with the taxpayers, with the associations, with the Chamber of Commerce, with your fraternity, whatever. And we are open to it, and we are available for any such initiative which is taken. And we on our own part will also be undertaking such exercises. So with this, I would say that we look forward to the professional community for their help, for their cooperation. We would like to thank you all for your listening, for your cooperation, and also I would urge in the end that whenever some exercises are taken, especially from the point of view of ensuring the compliances, we need some data, we need some information, and we are aware that the members of your fraternity are catering to a large number of taxpayers, which are large as well as majority of them are also in the medium or the small scale. And when we approach them, it becomes difficult for them to, comply with it. But if you can step in because you are aware and you have been dealing with their cases, then this requirement of our compliance will also become very easy for us. So I urge all of you to kindly cooperate with the department uh, to the extent possible. It is for the benefit of everybody, for the taxpayer, for the fraternity, and also for the department, and to ensure that we provide a tax compliant but a very humane and approachable tax administration. With these words, I would once again thank you all and thank you very much for inviting us for this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your generous and definite words to help the taxpayers in every way possible. And thank you so much to all the honorable authorities again for giving your valuable time. Now, friends, we are starting with the session of e-open house. I request all the professional panelist persons to switch off their videos for the better clarity of the session. Only Priyam Bhai, who is going to take up the session, and honorable authorities videos will remain on, and other professional members are requested to switch off their videos. Now I request Priyam Bhai to take up the e-open house session. Thank you.
Thank you, MOC, for giving me the charge. Sir, let us start with the first question. Sir, this question is relating to the portal. Now, in portal particularly, if the question is if interest is payable on account of CGST only, but the system automatically takes the figure in SGST column as well as on the GST portal. For example, 50,000 interest is payable on CGST amount, but the portal also take the similar amount in the column of SGST amount. So how to resolve this issue? Because this is a system generation chalan. So we are not able to modify that interest amount. May I request Tiwari sir to throw lights on the same?
Friends, we have Shri Ajay Tiwari, who is the Joint Commissioner in the Chief Commissioner's office.
Okay.
And he is here to assist us. I also have with me Mr. Nitin Jain. He is the Deputy Commissioner. And we have Mr. Anil Shiridharan and Mr. R.L. Kabra, who is sitting at a distance, but on the back side, who will be also providing assistance. So I would also like to say that these are part of my team, and we are also very delighted to be here. So I will now ask Mr. Tiwari to give a reply.
Sir, we on behalf of Federation and all the professionals also welcome all the dignitaries with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Respected Principal Chief Commissioner, sir. Respected Principal Commissioner, sirs. Respected Commissioner, sirs. And all the respected and esteemed members of the All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants. A very good afternoon to all of you. This issue, we know that this is a recurring issue for our taxpayers. What happening is, in our system, when the interest liability is calculated, it is calculated on the gross amount base. So for the normal taxpayer, the liability of interest for the CGST portion as well as for the SGST portion would be the same. Now the notification regarding the interest liability on the net amount, this has still not been issued. So probably after the issuance of the notification, the required changes will be made into the system. So here we request all the esteemed members to kindly wait for that notification to be issued. And after the issuance of notification, if still the problem persists, then please bring this issue in our notice, and definitely we will take up with the higher authorities for its early resolution.
Sir, basically now there is no dispute regarding whether interest is required to be paid under Section 51 on a gross basis, because it is now clear and the Act has also been modified. So it is required to be paid on net basis. But the question is that as and when we go for creation of a challan, they don't allow us to modify the interest amount. Suppose I am liable to pay interest only on the CGST amount. Reason being, there is no credit which is left out. But rather in SGST, we have the enough credit. So there is no outflow payment which is there. So when there is both the credit of CGST and SGST are not on a similar footing, same amount. Both are different. So on a one way, I have the enough credit after the discharging my liability. Still there is a credit, so there is no payment of any interest. But I am liable to pay only the CGST amount because there is not an enough credit which is lying in my credit ledger. So for CGST, I am liable to pay the interest, not on the SGST. So that is the question. I understand that as there is no mechanism, we people are paying the same via DRC 03. But sir, what will happen in that particular case is that you will not get the correct amount on accounting code basis which you are gathering. Okay, what is the revenue of a particular accounting code?
As on so this charging of interest on the net basis, still the notification has not been issued, and because of this notification, the change in the system has not been made.
Okay, fine.
I agree with that. Once this net interest liability on net basis will come, definitely the liability is SGST and CGST will be the different because your credit is different. Credit in SGST is different. Credit in SGST is different. So definitely the liability would be the different. That's why I'm saying please wait for the notification to be issued. It still has not been notified. Although provision is there in the act also.
Correct, correct.
But tell me that even in the case of present system also, the interest would be chargeable on the net payable. I mean, in the sense that suppose there is a gross amount and then whatever amount
ITC is available.
paid has been debited from the credit ledger or from the cash ledger. Whatever is left, that only will be chargeable to interest, is it not?
Correct. Only on the net basis. Correct.
So is it then divided into, I mean, in the system into the CGST interest as well as the SGST interest?
No, so as and when we create the challan, there the problem arises.
Okay.
That's the problem. Right. Anyway, if the system is based on this clarification, so we expect that as and when this it get notified, the problem will be resolved. But sir, this point is taken to accelerate this issue from your side also to the GST.
Yeah, we definitely after this
open house,
we will be noting down certain points where we feel that there is a requirement to look at from the policy point of view, number one, and also from the point of view of the procedures or in the system. Then we will definitely we'll make a summary of this thing and bring it to the notice of the board as well as to the government to take, along with our recommendations, to take necessary action.
Exactly, sir. This was meant for so that the two-way presentation should be there with the council.
It will lead to a follow-up with wherever we feel there is a necessity to follow up with the board and with the government.
Perfectly, sir. Thank you. We are moving to the next question. It is also pertaining to the portal. If the interest is payable on account of CGST, but only a system automatically takes the figure of SGST column.
Same.
I think it is the same. Sorry.
The same question.
Same. Now it is for the new registration.
So I think the second question is missing in that. We can, we can also read out the question if you want. Second question is related to the core amendment.
No, on the screen it is being shown as interest, but actually the questions which we received from your side.
Sir, there is a mistake in preparing this slide because it was.
Okay. You go by in whatever sequence you wish to go. We will accordingly.
That we will that portal issue. Let me read out that second question, which is with you also. That is the GST registration amendment in core field. There is no availability for uploading any attachment, due to which every time there is a notice issued seeking the additional information or clarification or documentation in response to the application made. We appreciate it is a portal related issue.
Yes. Actually, when we go for the amendment in core field, let's say change of the address or addition or deletion of partner or director name or change of the name of the firm. In that case, I think there is an option to upload the supporting document. On that issue, I think there is no difference. Do you agree with that? That option is available or not?
I think that it must be there.
That we have checked, and that option is available. Probably the issue would be relating to the size of the file or the type of the file. because there is a two type, PDF and JPEG. Only these two formats are supported, and the size is also limited to the 1 MB. So this might happen in some of the cases when the documents that is required to be uploaded, size of the document may be more than 1 MB. And suppose if you go below 1 MB, that it might not be legible. So if this is the issue that we are facing, then please, as sir has requested, that after the end of this session, you can give us in the writing, and then we will take up the issue of the size and the format.
And we can also write there that maybe either a warning or a kind of an advisory appears that please upload the file of this and this size and also in this format. And if you have a bigger size, then what you can do to bring it within that limit. Or otherwise, we can ask for increasing the size of the file on the portal.
Sir, the issue is that when we go and modify the core field, say change of address, they don't ask for the document, or we change the say directorship. They don't ask for the document. That is the question. So there should be some field so that these amendment in the core field get approved immediately. See what is happening when we are applying for an amendment, because there is no system of uploading any of the document. So the concerned officer need to ask for the details.
Option is there. If you go there, we have checked, option is there.
Okay, we will check it, and is there any suggestions are there, we will provide you. Now question is relating to the new registration. As everything is now online, Ahmedabad consultant can apply for a registration of an SSE in Rajkot. In this process, sometimes there is a mistake in mentioning the commissionerate code and the division, maybe because it is not easily identifiable from the address. In such case, department should internally transfer an application to the concerned jurisdiction, or we can suggest that we also suggest that the system should automatically take the code from the address of the place of business. May I request Lalit Prasad sir from Rajkot to deal with the question? So you need to sir, mic, speaker.
Good evening, everyone, and my greetings to all the distinguished office bearers and the members of All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants and Income Tax Bar Association. And thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to meet online, whereby we also can know the problems, and our efforts at trade facilitation can reach your very important stakeholder like yourself. So thanks once again. And regarding the question, I'll just go briefly as to how we go about doing it. You are already aware that once the registration is applied for, it is randomly allocated to the state and the central GST. Now, once it is allocated to the central GST in Ahmedabad zone, there is a central registration processing unit in Ahmedabad that further allocates to the commissionerates and the divisions and the ranges. So a lot of times, as you rightly say, that this happens like the ranges or these things are not properly allocated. So what happens is that there is already a ready standing mechanism whereby we do it. In terms of correcting the correct range and the correct division, or sometimes even the commissionerates. So your point is well taken, and as far as having this mechanism is concerned, so we already have this, but there is always a little time gap in terms of the number of SSEs. If I were to say about my zone, I am having some 55,000 SSEs, and every fortnight I get some 300 more registrations. And at the same time, then this is a running thing, whereby we get cancellations as well. So as I said, this point is well taken, and we are continuously doing this. And so is the practice followed in all the commissionerates. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sir, the next question is relating to the return penalty. At present, there is a relaxation in penalty for non-filing of GST returns of earlier period for the regular dealers. This relaxation benefit has not been extended to the composite dealer. May I request R.K. Tiwari sir to take up this issue?
Yes, sir, we agree with that. And since it is a policy matter, so we would request you to kindly submit your representation and we would definitely forward it to the competent authority.
Okay, sir. So next question is relating to the refund. In case of inverted tax structure, the Deputy Commissioner CGST Jamnagar reject. Sir, these are the example which we have received. Jamnagar reject the refund claim on the ground of limitation for filing of an application quoting the provision of section 54(1). Read with amendment to explanation clause E. In fact, the amendment clause E of section 54 comes into effect from 1st February 2019. Prior to this date, the concerned officer is not considering the erstwhile provision and simply reject the claim of the taxpayer. May I request respected Rajiv Prasad sir to take up this issue?
Yeah, the Jamnagar division is falling under my jurisdiction. So I have seen the claim what your learned self is stating, and also there was one more claim. I would request you to kindly understand that these are matters of interpretation of law. As far as we as revenue officers are concerned, this is a parameter in terms of a relevant date. Now, earlier, the relevant date was in terms of 2 years, financial year, 2 financial years completion, but now it is from the date of filing of the returns. So this amendment came in February 2019, and since then, it's from the filing of 2 years from the filing of the date of return. So my officer who has done this rejection of this, if you dwell on this issue, this is a time bar issue. So my request is, like, being the law matter, and it's a matter of interpretation of law, and as we understand and we interpret, the essence of the law is like whenever any notification comes in, it gets implemented, and with effect from that particular date itself, anything filed after that will be governed by the provisions of this amendment notification. So this would be my submission. Thank you.
Oh, okay, fine. So this question is also relating to refund, and it comes to our notice that during this lockdown period, refund application were rejected and show cause notice were issued. If we refer to the notification number 35/2020, dated 4th April 2020, all due dates are extended to 30th June 2020. Kindly suggest the way forward. May I request Dr. Balbir Singh ji to take up this issue?
Good evening, everyone. Kind regards to the Chief Guest, Shri Ajay Jain, Principal Commissioner, and warm regards to my colleagues, Shri S.K. Singh, Dr. Jitesh Nagori, and Shri Lalit Prasad, and my warm regards and best wishes to all the office bearers of all the participating associations and all the other participants. In some cases, show cause notices were issued on the ground of non-compliance of the due dates as regards the refund applications. And in case the show cause notices have been issued, now this becomes a quasi-judicial matter and requires adjudication. Now we have given directions to the field formations not to reject the refund applications in view of the amendment made by the notification 35/2020, dated 3/4/2020. What the taxpayers need to do is to file a simple reply just mentioning this notification that the date has been extended, and it will be taken care of. I think up to this stage, show cause notices, most of the show cause notices have not been adjudicated. But if some show cause notice has been adjudicated, then in that case, the only option left is to file appeal, and it will be taken care of. There's no ambiguity now in this case.
Sir, I appreciate even the refund application is rejected. Now there is an option to file it again also. So it is not the question. Question is, sir, in the pandemic time, see, I am giving an example. On the 4th of April, 3rd or 7th of March, this application was filed. On 7th of April, the show cause notice, show cause notice was issued. That is the lockdown period. And requesting the SSC to appear on the 17th of April at 5 p.m. And the rejection of this application was made on 24th of April. So the whole PDR itself is is under the lockdown. So only request is when there is a directions from the government about on the 3rd of April, such action could have been avoided. That is the only thing. See, those which has been rejected, we can apply afresh also. That is not the point. But point is when this facility was there, the concerned officer could have been restricted himself without rejection also.
Absolutely right. I believe such cases should be there. And if somebody has done it, it is clearly wrong.
Sir, you are not audible. I think you need to be somewhat closer to the system.
I believe it should be rare, and if something has been something of it has been done, it will be taken. We will take it to the community. It should not have happened.
Okay. So the point is that such type of action should not be taken by the concerned officer when the government themselves has given a relaxation.
You are right.
Correct. Okay, fine.
Okay, I would like to say one thing. You see, wherever the first question is that this should not have happened and all these things. So we will definitely look into why it happened. One thing which comes to my mind is that we were also told by the government to dispose of the refund applications as quickly as possible, even during the lockdown period. So officers were working from their home, they were enabled, and which I mentioned also in my opening remarks. So it is possible that in a very rare case, this kind of a thing might have happened. Otherwise, we would not have been able to disburse 877 or roughly about 900 crores. So we will appreciate that our officers have done a wonderful job. This type of aberration, if it has happened, I can assure you it would not have been done with any kind of a malafide intention or to harass the person. But we certainly are. It is not to say that this thing should have happened. This should not have happened. We will definitely give suitable directions to them. And wherever it has happened, the person concerned, I do not know whether they can file again or not, or whether they need to go in appeal. We can check up on that point. But let them, take care of, avail of the remedies which are available. Thank you.
Sir, only request in such cases wherever there is a possible to apply refund in other option also. So such refund should be approved immediately rather than going for an appeal mode. That is the request.
We will see
whether it has been rejected. It should be applied afresh under the other option, and the same should be approved immediately so that the business people should not face any liquidity problem.
We will have to see the legal aspect of this, whether a person can apply again.
Sure.
I cannot say at this stage without examining.
Fine. Agreed.
Whose refund has been rejected can apply again, or whether he will have to go for the appeal.
Fine. Now the next question is relating to the appeal. In case of an old refund rejection appeal relating to the SEZ refund, JC appeal is not verifying the document submitted in appeal and straightway rejecting it. As the GST tribunal is not in existence and the period of refund is also over, such appeal should be checked properly before rejecting. May I request Nitin Jain sir to take up this issue?
Good evening all. First of all, I thank the dignitaries and the federation, members of the federation, to have given me this opportunity for attending this open house. As far as the question is concerned, it is to submit that no such case is noticed in the office of JC appeals. All the appeal documents, they are duly verified in almost each of the cases. However, if there is any specific instance, it may be brought to our notice.
Sure, sir. Sir, the thing is that it has also been rejected. So the thing is, we don't have left with any option. Now we just need to wait for the tribunal to establish, because the refund time period is also over. So we cannot apply afresh also.
So kindly bring to whatever the specific case is.
Sure.
Please let us know, because we checked up with our officers and we say they have not rejected any such case. So certainly,
sure.
if you have received this kind of a thing, There must be a specific case or a set of.
Yeah. We have the specific query to it.
Let us have a look at it, and we will see whether what is the exact position, and we'll come back to you on that.
Sure, sir. Sure. We will provide you the details on it. Sir, this question is pertaining to the old audit assessments. I am reading out the question. In the present case, scope of audit assessment of old law, that is of service tax and excise audit, need to be changed. And we suggest to frame limit in turnover or the tax paid, below which such audit notices should be withdrawn. Further, to note that for all Gujarat, notices are coming from Ahmedabad audit wing. So in this situation, it is difficult to travel and manage the audit at Ahmedabad. So this need to be done at a local jurisdictional level. As done in the SGST. Sir, we are just giving an example what as initiative state government has taken. That in the state government, they under the VAT assessment for the years 2016-17 and 17-18, all the notices for a dealer having a turnover below 10 crore for 16-17 and being a 1 quarter of 17-18, 2.5 crore, they are decided that they will withdraw these all the notices which has been issued for the audit assessment. Now, the question is, a person from a Kadi, having a factory in Kadi, or a person who is residing at Palanpur, if they are getting the notices from the Ahmedabad audit wing. Now, this becomes very difficult in this pandemic situation to handle these cases, because there is a problem in the size of the file also. Because in audit plot, so there is a list of 15-20 items which has been asked. And this file cannot be sent in a mail basis also. So ultimately hard copy is required to be submitted. So our request is we should think of some way out by which this process can be smoothening out. May I request Anil Kumar sir to take up this issue?
Good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon.
Sir, the issue with regard to Palanpur and those aspects, let me clarify that within Ahmedabad zone, there are two audit commissions. One is Ahmedabad Audit Commission, which caters to Ahmedabad South Commission, Ahmedabad North Commission, and Gandhinagar Commission. Therefore, Ahmedabad Audit Commission, which is based in Ahmedabad, is also catering to the taxpayers who are located at Palanpur and Disa, as you say, who fall under Gandhinagar Commission. The other commission in Ahmedabad zone is Rajkot Commission, which looks after the Saurashtra area. Now, with regards to restricting or the number of audits or leaving out all those below a certain turnover, I would state that fundamentally it's a policy matter, and CBIC as a principle has already applied certain risk assessment parameters, and on the basis of them, selected units are selected for audit. So turnover is not the sole criteria. There are other parameters also on the basis of that certain units are selected. You can see from the previous year's performances that it is not that every unit is taken for audit, because that kind of resources department doesn't have it. So only a limited number are taken, and on the basis of certain risk assessment, which is applied in a scientific manner, and then only they are being identified. The practice followed by SGST is as per their own assessment. So we cannot straight away apply those parameters to our cases.
Sir, it is not a question of applying those parameters. We have just bring to your notice that such initiative have been taken by them. So we understand, being the policy matter, you have to take the permission from the higher authority. We understand that, but it is just an idea that under such pandemic time, whether we can think of some other alternative whereby you can also verify there is no revenue leakage, and at the same time, those genuine taxpayers should not get frustrated by supplying the same information again and again. I am giving you one example, that the person who is at Kadi having a factory, they are governed by the Kalol office. They have some inquiry about the third-party verification, and all the documents from say 12-13 to 17-18 has been verified by them. Now, some differential tax liability was determined by the Kalol officer also. That has also been discharged with. Now, the same party is getting a notice for the audit assessment from the S0. Now, what we feel that this is a duplication of efforts in terms of the department also and in terms of the client also, because we have provided all this information to those particular officers where they have verified our case. We have paid the differential tax also, but as there is a system that audit can be taken up even though there is some inquiry proceeding has taken up, so the same SSE has been assessed twice.
Sir, yes, there may be some cases where audit has issued a notice subsequent to the verification undertaken by the local jurisdictional office.
Correct.
But the issue is audit is all comprehensive. It covers the almost entire facets of the your working system. Now, wherein specific the field form, that is the ranges of the divisions, they might have only sought after details with regard to specific issues. So the audit is the last frontier for the department as far as a comprehensive audit, verification of records is concerned. So that is the reason in some rare cases, after the field formation has asked you for information, audit has also issued a notice.
But sir, when we are going for a limited verification, our cases has been verified extensively, just like an audit assessment.
But see, let me intervene at this stage. You will agree with me. Central GST department, or earlier when we were central excise and the method of functioning of this department is different in the sense that audit is supposed to be an expert in doing the auditing. And that is why they do it in a very scientific manner, as my colleague said, that it is done on the basis of certain risk parameters. Then all the financial reports are taken at one stage. It is possible that the preventive wing of the jurisdictional commissionerate might have done an inquiry into a limited thing. And as you said, during that, they might have asked for a number of documents which you feel, or the taxpayer feels that they have given to the authority, which means the jurisdictional one. But but since the audit is an entirely different exercise, I would request that please do not mix the two and say that because we have given, we will be in a problem. So please bear with us on that, because the audit, it will be very difficult for the audit to find out about the taxpayer whether any inquiry was earlier done by the preventive wing or by the jurisdictional wing or not, whether they have got the data, then to sift through that detail and see what is available and what is not available. And since these are limited number of reports which are being asked, that is where I think I would request for your understanding and this thing. And wherever you feel ki, because of the pandemic, some simplification or something can be done, I would request that come up. We will also look at it, and you can also come up with some idea. Our idea is not to trouble. If we can find a via media where your convenience is also taken into account, at the same time we are also able to do our duties, we will be very happy to cooperate in that sense. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you, sir. Now, sir, this question relating to the registration, that issue relating to the amendment application in core field, say for example, change of address, change of partner or director, etc., should be approved immediately. There are many instances or the cases of delay in approval of application. Sir, the request is that sometime what is happening that when we are applying for a change, there is also other consequences where we need to provide these details, because nowadays GST registration certificate is also taken as a base, say for the change in the banking details. So all these details are important, that if such things are approved immediately. That is our request. May I request Sunil Kumar sir to take up this issue? Sir, you need to unmute yourself. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
आप सुन सकते हैं?
Yeah. Now you are audible.
मैं सर्वप्रथम तो ऑल गुजरात फेडरेशन ऑफ टैक्स कंसल्टेंट्स आपकी पूरी संस्था को के प्रति अपनी कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करूंगा कि आपने जो एक संवादहीनता की स्थिति उत्पन्न हुई है इस खतरनाक समय में उसको तोड़ने के लिए पहल हम सबकी विभाग की तरफ से हृदय से आभारी हैं, क्योंकि इसी बहाने हमें विभाग के दूसरी तरफ जो हमारे स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं वो क्या सोचते हैं, उनकी क्या समस्याएं हैं और जो पिछले 3-4 महीनों में बीता है उसमें और विभाग अपने दायित्व को किस तरीके से निर्वहन कर सके ये जानने इस प्रश्न पर लौटते हुए मैं आपकी ये हमारा सबसे ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी एरिया में आता है रजिस्ट्रेशन या रजिस्ट्रेशन में किए जाने वाले अमेंडमेंट जो आपने अप्लाई किए हैं। सब इनमें क्या है कि इसमें यू आर अवेयर कि 60 डेज आर देयर। अगर आप देखें तो जैसे ही आप अप्लाई करते हैं किसी भी अमेंडमेंट के लिए टारगेट डेट दिया जाता है सिस्टम के द्वारा, वो 20 दिनों की होती है, मगर विभाग अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश करता है कि उसको जितनी जल्दी हो सके कर। इसमें कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स हो सकते हैं जो चेंज को वेरीफाई करने के लिए आपने हमें देने हैं। जैसा कि मुझे बताया गया ये दस्तावेज अपलोड नहीं हुए जिनकी वजह से लोग रुक गए, या अभी मैं बात करूं पर्टिकुलरली इस समय की तो ये जो हालात पैदा हो गए थे उसमें भी आप हमको नहीं दे पा रहे थे दस्तावेज, तो ये बड़ी विचित्र सी स्थिति है। बट ये मैं विभाग की तरफ से आपको आश्वस्त करूंगा कि अगर आपको कहीं भी ऐसा लगे तो कृपया वो फ्लैग करें, हमको बताएं और हम लोग उसको व्यक्तिगत रूप से दखल दे के, जैसा कि आप चाह रहे हैं तत्काल चाहिए होता है, तो हमारी कोशिश होगी कि ये अमेंडमेंट आपके रजिस्ट्रेशन में लागू हो सके।
Thank you, sir. So next question is also relating to the registration. Application for the new registration should be addressed immediately. There are similar instances of delay in approval new registration application. May I request Nitin Jain sir to take up this issue?
Normally, all the applications for new registrations, they are received at CPC cell from the GST. They are processed within the stipulated time limit without any delay in the verification. However, sometimes it is noticed that there is a delay because the applications are not received in the dashboard, on the dashboard of the officer of the CPC cell from the GSTN itself. Even in such cases, immediately to email the complaint is launched. Whenever it is brought to the notice of the officer, the complaint is lodged with the CBC Mitra help desk, and the issue is thus resolved. Further, I would also like to say that recently we have undertaken a special drive to reduce the pendency. Almost we are trying to reduce it to 0 till the 28th of this July, this month, and thereafter we will make all efforts to finalize the applications within 3 days.
Very good. Very good.
Therefore, department is making all possible efforts to timely dispose of the new applications.
Very good.
Actually, these applications are being monitored regularly. The pendencies at our level. Also, we are in the board also.
Yes.
It is being monitored. So, you know, whatever these problems had come, it was because of this pandemic situation, and we are. As I said in the beginning also that we were working even during the lockdown period to process this, and now as Nitin has said that there is a special drive which we have launched. So please bear with us for some more few more days, and I think we will be able to come to a situation where you will not be able to make any complaint or discount to us.
Sure, sir. Sure. So next question is also relating to registration. In case of a new registration application where address is of a small village where the property is known as Milkat number, or we can say tenement number in case of a municipality. The query or objection is raised stating the address is not complete. In such cases, there is no other proof available for the address in the small town. So question ऐसा है कि जो छोटे सा टाउन है और विलेज है, जहाँ पे 500 लोगों के या 2000 लोगों की बस्ती है, और वहाँ पे जो भी मकान है वो मिलकत नंबर से जाना जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ ग्राम पंचायत. वो ग्राम पंचायत में जो भी बेस ऑफ अलॉटमेंट नंबर होता है वो हिसाब से जाना जाता है. अभी वही चीज वहाँ पे वो लिखते हैं, लेकिन होता क्या है सर, वो एड्रेस बहुत छोटा रहता है. तो हो सकता है तो कंसर्न ऑफिसर माइट नॉट हैव द आइडिया बिकॉज सी इफ यू आर नॉन गुजराती वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज माय मिलकत नंबर. तो उसमें क्या होता है, क्वेरी होती है और डिले होता है. तो उसमें अगर आपकी तरफ से कोई और डिटेल हमको इसके साथ अगर अपलोड करनी रहती है तो बताएंगे, तो क्या ये प्रोसेस थोड़ा स्मूथ हो जाएगा, क्वेरी रेज नहीं रहेगा. मैं रिक्वेस्ट नितिन जैन सर टू टेक अप दिस इशू.
Wherever the address is of a small village and it shows the Milkat number in the application is shown, then the query is raised to basically the query is to give a any landmark near the place, near the premise, so that address is easily identifiable. In most, also in majority of the cases where only village name is shown, not even the Milkat number is also not shown. And therefore, query is to mention the complete and proper address, along with the documentary evidences. Now, some of the documentary evidences that are normally accepted as additional proof of address to ascertain the complete address are like sale deed is there, if index copy is there, even the certificate issued by the sarpanch also, and Aadhaar card. The best is Aadhaar card. These are normally accepted as additional proof of address.
Sure, sir. We will intimate to the concern our association to provide. Sir, sale deed पे तो क्या होता है, वो तो inheritance property रहती है तो sale deed होता नहीं है. लेकिन yes, Aadhaar card and sarpanch letter we will definitely suggest to submit along with the application itself to avoid this duplication of efforts.
And also some landmark also.
सर छोटे गांव में क्या लैंडमार्क रहेगा वो बताएंगे उनको, लेकिन एटलीस्ट आधार कार्ड एंड सरपंच लेटर इज आई थिंक इट इज पॉसिबल फॉर देम आल्सो. लेट अस गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दैट इज क्वेश्चन रिलेटिंग टू द अपील्स. लिटिगेशंस पेंडिंग एट स्टेज ऑफ कमिश्नरेट और जेसी अपील. undue delay is seen in deciding the appeal at the commissionerate or JC appeal level, which cause the undue harassment or we can say hardship to the taxpayer. Due to such delay, genuine taxpayers suffer for issue of refund or minor e-way bill violation, etc. Pending GST appeals are not addressed or there are no directions. Sir, the issue is कि जो भी GST में अपील फाइल हुई उसको जो पेस में जो लॉ एक्सपेक्ट करता है कि विदिन 1 year इट शुड बी डिस्पोज ऑफ, वो पेस में उसको टेकअप हो नहीं रही है. उससे क्या होता है सर, एक तो पेमेंट करके हमको अपील में खड़ा रहना पड़ता है, तो आवर वर्किंग कैपिटल इज आल्सो ब्लॉक्ड. सो इट इज अ रिक्वेस्ट कि हाउ इट कैन बी स्पीड अप. मे आई रिक्वेस्ट नितिन जैन सर टू टेक अप दिस इशू.
It may have so happened in recent times due to COVID-19 pandemic that maybe the physical hearing could not have been conducted, which may have resulted in delay in the disposal of appeals. But that would have been for a very brief period. But now, personal hearings are being conducted in a virtual mode through video conferences also, and these appeals are being disposed of on a priority basis. So we have also checked up with the pendency. We don't have a very huge pendency, more than 3 months. Like very few appeals are pending, which will also be taken up on. 17 GST appeals are pending for more than 3 months only. So they will also be taken up.
Rajkot and with Ahmedabad Commissioner appeal it is only 6, and that also we will ensure that very soon these are disposed of, and we reduce progressively the number for which these remain pending with the Commissioner appeal.
Sure.
Or with his officers.
Sure. Now the next question is for Sunil Kumar Singh sir. It is relating to the refund. sometimes deficiency memo rejection in case of a refund is issued for very minor issue. To say one declaration is not uploaded. Can we take common declaration to avoid delay in refund or to avoid rejections? So the question is, we have the circular number 125 and 135 also. There are the list of declaration which we are required to be uploaded. Now there are common declaration which is required to be uploaded for the all the applications. Say rule 89(5) F declaration is there, or one would say non-prosecutions declaration is asking, which is common. No figure of a particular month's refund is mentioned. So if certain one declaration is not uploaded, and for that reason this refund application is rejected, so can we find out some way out how we can deal with the same? Sir, you require to unmute. Sir, unmute करना पड़ेगा. सर आप म्यूट हो, अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा सर. हाँ, ठीक है.
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ because non-filing of particular declaration, which you are saying, this may be common and it should not be insisted upon every time. I have to say that the annexure A of this particular circular comprises of all the documents, certificates, undertakings, or any supporting documents. Every claim is seen in its entirety, and there is no such provision which are discretion given to anybody to exercise by saying you need not file, or if you are not filed, then it will do. So I think we should not insist for that. As you said, non-prosecution. There is a possibility that between two refund claims filed, there may be some case of prosecution. So it is always better to strictly follow, like we are working under tremendous pressure of the timeline within 30 days, even less than 30 days. So I expect a better compliance so far as documents parts are concerned, because unnecessarily we are giving some excuse to someone to say it is deficient. So I think at this moment we should not insist for that, and we are evolving, so maybe some mutation will take place and this claim or this all the document part will become very simple in days to come. So I wish this could happen.
ठीक है सर, ये हमारे तरफ से एक सजेशन था, हमने आपको पूछा, कोई बात नहीं, अगर नहीं कर सकते तो कोई बात नहीं.
बिल्कुल, और हम आपके सजेशन को जो है आप हमें बताएं, हम इसको आगे भी भेज सकते हैं आफ्टर एग्जामिनेशन. राइट,
फाइन, थैंक यू सर.
I would like to intervene.
Yes, sir.
In addition to what my colleague has said, if you feel that a number of declarations are repetitive in nature, kindly make a list of those, which we can just then think of either merging them into into one declaration, so that the number of such declaration. एक बार आप अगर स्पेसिफिक एक उसके ऊपर स्टडी करके एक जनरल ऐसी क्वेरी के बजाय एक स्पेसिफिक अगर आप दे देंगे हमको, तो हम उसको डेफिनेटली एग्जामिन करेंगे, और उसको फिर इससे अगर कोई सिंप्लीफिकेशन होता है तो वी विल बी वेरी हैप्पी टू एग्जामिन.
So that was the suggestion. Okay, there are certain common declarations which are required to be uploaded. We can say mechanically basis. So there is no change. But yes, we will provide you the list where there are common declaration, and there is also a limited space against which this application is required to be uploaded. So there is
so what we can do is I can just at the spur of the moment can react by saying that can be examined, and it should not be very difficult to convert them into 2 or 3 declarations, only one a very standard kind of a thing. For example, suppose somebody has to say that I will not go in appeal. So you will agree with me, we cannot say that once you are given for every refund application, it can be made applicable. But such type of things can be combined into one. And every time you give just 2 or 3, so we will see what can be done. Please give us specific suggestions.
Sure, sir. Sure. We will provide you the list where it is a common.
Yeah.
Now, sir, next question is related to the cancellation of registration. May I request Dr. Jitesh Naguri sir to take up this issue. The question is, application for cancellation of registration in form REG 16 is not addressed in time. Sir, the problem is if our application has not been taken care, then we need to keep on filing our pending returns also. So our, may I request? Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, respected PCC Ajay Jain sir, my senior colleagues, and all the dignitaries and members of all Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants. First, I would like to thank on behalf of CGST Zone Ahmedabad to the Federation of the Tax Consultant to give such platform and for such innovative step and initiative where the platform has been provided between the trade, taxpayers and the department, where one side we are getting the problem faced by the trade, as far as we also can convey the concern of the department on the shortcoming and the lacuna what we are noticing. So as far as this question is concerned about the registration 16, so we have taken the stock from our range officers who are dealing with all these subjects. And I can basically, the delay I can contribute in 2 aspects. One is the application is not filed in complete manner, like there are 2 or 3 criteria are there. Whenever an application is filed, it is mandatory on the part of taxpayer to file all the previous returns and discharge all the liabilities, whatever is due on his part. So we have seen now number of times this is not done. And the second thing which we are facing from the trade, like the lacuna in the application, in the registration 16, you are supposed to give the detail about the stock, input stock and the capital goods detail and the value. So sometimes the value of the capital goods is not correct, the depreciation, etc. has not been done properly. So these are 1 or 2 concerns which we are getting from the trade side. Now there is a second aspect of this issue is there, which is the technical glitches. Sometimes what happens is the taxpayer has filed the application, but due to the system glitches or system error, this application is not reflecting on the jurisdictional range superintendent's menu. So he is not able to view it, he is not able to dispose it. Such kind of cases, we are immediately raising the ticket number to the Director General of Systems and we are taking on continuous basis. It's not there that once we only raise the ticket number. After raising the ticket number, on time to time, we are sending the reminder also to the DG system. And it may take some time, but we are getting the solution in a due course. It may take some time because they are also overburdened. The DG system is also. So there are 2 things, but be sure whatever the applications which are complete and which are not having any system glitches, that are taken care on immediate basis. We are making ensure that there should not be any inordinate delay in that application, which we can dispose on promptly.
Sir, can we get for those which are pending for, say, for example, for missing of information or incomplete information?
Yeah,
can you get the details from the department? What are the pending details which are required to complete this process? See, sometimes from the rural area, what is happening that they apply for the cancellation, right?
Yeah.
You have rightly said that there is no, they might not have provided the details of stock or capital goods. And for those reasons, if these applications are pending, so if we can intimate them or they can come and get the look at it, why it is pending. So this pendency can be reduced also.
What happened? Any discrepancy has been noticed, immediately it has been sent to the concerned taxpayer, mail has been sent to him and asked him to comply. So as soon as he complies, we are not keeping it pending on our side once the compliance is done by the taxpayers.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir.
Now, एक कर सकते हैं कि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि टैक्सपेयर के पास क्वेरी जा रही है तो वो आपको मालूम ही नहीं होगा कि भाई
Exactly.
चली गई है और वो बोलते रहेंगे साहब हमारी ये पेंडिंग पड़ी हुई है आप कुछ करिए और ये तो मे बी यू कैन आस्क देम एंड कि भाई आपको कोई ईमेल आई है या उनकी जो भी आपका सिस्टम है चेक कर सकते हैं कि कोई उनको क्वेरी आई है और उसका ताकि कंप्लायंस हो सके.
ठीक है सर, perfect है, correct. Now sir, next question is question number 15. It is on the interest notices which has been received recently. The question is, interest notices are issued without giving any calculation. if such calculations is given with the notice, then acknowledgement of the demand become very fast and recovery can also be immediate. May I request Dr. Balbir Singh sir to take up this issue. Request ऐसा है कि सर आपके तरफ से कोई अमाउंट लिख के आता है कि 17-18 में आपको 25,000 रुपया भरना है, 18-19 में 5,000 भरना है, 19-20 में 2,000 भरना है. तो ये जो अमाउंट आपने डिटरमाइन किया है उसका आपके पास कैलकुलेशन होगा. अगर आप वो कैलकुलेशन ये नोटिस के साथ अगर शेयर कर सकते हैं, इट इज अ रिक्वेस्ट, तो क्या होगा सर कि जो नोटिस जैसे ही आएगी तो कंसल्टेंट कैन इमीडिएटली सी कि व्हाट इज द डिले इन पेमेंट and if it is okay then it will immediately it will be paid off also. Yes sir.
I will respond to it. It is a very good and welcome suggestion, and we will definitely work on it. And wherever possible, we will address it. The thing is, there are two types of the show cause notices. So it is a general practice in the department to issue the show cause notice without calculating the interest liabilities. And generally, what happens is, in demand cases, the interest liability is not known at that point of time, and it is up to the date when the payment is actually paid. So it is not possible to calculate in those cases. But yes, in other cases, where it is possible to calculate the interest liability, like in cases of late filing of GST or 3B, in such cases, I fully agree with you. It should be calculated and intimated to the taxpayer. So it is a very good suggestion, and it will make the process of adjudication also very simple, smooth, and transparent. We will take action in this regard, whatever.
सर मैं जो बता रहा था वो सेकंड वाला था, जो 3B रिटर्न लेट फाइल किया है उसमें जो आप इंटरेस्ट का कैलकुलेट करके ही भेजते हैं, उसकी मैं बात कर रहा था. आई फुल्ली एग्री विथ यू.
ये बहुत अच्छी सजेशन है और हम अभी इसमें इंस्ट्रक्शन भी इशू कर देंगे कि आगे से जब भी ऐसा कोई अमाउंट जाए तो वो किस तरीके से अराइव किया गया है उसकी कैलकुलेशन उसमें मेंशन की जाए.
Yes, very good.
बिल्कुल सर. So kind of you to accept this suggestion. Next is for the penalty. So during the lockdown, due date of 3B is not extended, but only the remission or because the relaxation was given in late filing. That is, due date of payment is not extended. Under such circumstances, in all the cases, no penalty should be imposed under section 122. That is, during this delay of 3 months, they should not be considered as a technical default. May I request R.L. Kabra sir to address this query?
गुड इवनिंग सर. ये जो कोरोना पेंडेमिक के कारण से रिटर्न फाइलिंग का डेट जो एक्सटेंड किया है, एक्चुअली डेट एक्सटेंड नहीं किया, डेट वही है लेकिन उसकी पेनल्टी में रिलैक्सेशन दिया है. और यदि डिलेड पेमेंट होता है तो उसके इंटरेस्ट में फर्स्ट 3 महीने तक रिलैक्सेशन दिया है, इंटरेस्ट भी कम करके दिया है. जो आप सेक्शन 122 की बात कर रहे हैं उसमें सब सेक्शन 1 का क्लॉज 3 है, उसी में पेनल्टी से रिलेटेड शायद आपका इश्यू है कि जिसमें लिखा है कि वेयर अ टैक्सेबल पर्सन who collects any amount as tax but fails to pay the same to the government beyond a period of 3 months from the date on which such payment becomes due, he shall be liable to pay a penalty. बेसिकली ये प्रोविजन ये बता रहा है कि जब टैक्स कलेक्ट कर लिया है कस्टमर से और 3 महीने तक पे नहीं कर रहा है तो उसके बाद में उस पर पेनल्टी लगेगा. ये चीज ऐसा है कि यदि गवर्नमेंट को पेमेंट नहीं किया टैक्स कलेक्ट करने के बाद में तो उसके केस में पेनल्टी लगाने की बात है. यदि पेमेंट नहीं आया है, कलेक्ट नहीं किया है तो पेनल्टी लगने का कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं. तो इसलिए ये पेंडेमिक के सिचुएशन में यदि पेमेंट कलेक्ट कर लिया है तो भरने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं होनी चाहिए. सेकंड चीज, ये जो इश्यू है ये ऑल इंडिया रेमिफिकेशन है इसका, केवल अपने यहीं का इश्यू नहीं है. इसलिए इसमें यदि कुछ भी बदलाव लाना है तो उसके लिए भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से ही हो सकता है. यदि कोई स्पेसिफिक इंस्टांस होगी जहां पर इस तरह का पेनल्टी इंपोज किया हो तो वो इंस्टांस भी आप बता सकते हैं या इसके बारे में रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी कर सकते हैं, तो वो हम आगे अपना कमेंट्स के साथ में भिजवा सकते हैं.
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू. आई अंडरस्टैंड कि इट इज ए पॉलिसी मैटर, बट वी हैव जस्ट ब्रिंग टू योर नोटिस दैट सच cases of penalty should not be initiated. That is due to this pandemic. That is our request. So next question is for Dr. Jitesh Nagori sir. That is relating to service tax. सर होता क्या है कि जो प्रोफेशनल्स होते हैं या तो स्मॉल बिजनेसमैन होते हैं, दे आर फॉलोइंग द कैश सिस्टम ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. तो उसके रिलेटिंग एक क्वेरी है in case of a CA or tax professional who are following the cash system of accounting and discharging the service tax liability on a receipt basis, being their gross receipt are less than 50 lakh. The query is coming from the department regarding the discrepancy of data. Now, what data they are comparing? They are comparing data of TDS as per 26 years, service tax return for the billing during the year, and the income tax return, income tax, income and expenditure account. Now, all these data are not comparable as the payment of service tax is based on the old receipt, which may have a tax liability at old rate, that is 10.36%, 12.36, 14 and 5. तो सर क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि जो प्रोफेशनल्स होते हैं वो कैश सिस्टम ऑफ अकाउंटिंग फॉलो करते हैं, तो उनके पास जो भी रिसिप्ट आता है वो उनके इनकम ऑफ द ईयर है, और वो रिसिप्ट कौन से पीडीआर की सर्विस टैक्स डिस्चार्ज करना है, वो बिलिंग कौन सा ईयर में था, वो हिसाब से वो सर्विस टैक्स डिस्चार्ज करते हैं. अभी सर उसको आप टीडीएस के रिटर्न के साथ कंपेयर करेंगे तो कभी भी टैली नहीं होगा. देयर विल बी ऑलवेज अ डिफरेंस, एंड दैट इज अगेन इट थर्ड कंपैरिजन इज मेड विद द सर्विस टैक्स रिटर्न्स, that is services provided during the year. So all the three are not comparable. That is our request is.
So first I would like to clear that we are getting data from that DG systems where they are sending the details, the detailed list of the ITR details, income shown in the ITR, then income shown whatever the under deducted tax deducted under 26As, and income shown under the STR. So these are the third-party data we are treating in the department, and these third-party data are subject to verification. It's not there that this third-party data is supposed to be tax liability. This is not a tax liability. It's only a part of the assessment. So whenever this data is coming to us, we are simply asking the taxpayer to just to clarify if there is a difference between your income tax return, the amount, whatever income you are showing, and whatever the taxable amount you have shown in the service tax return. There is a difference. You please clarify this difference is on what account. That absolutely the entire purpose. Then whenever we are sending the communication to the taxpayer is coming, whatever the explanation he is having, suppose it is an exempted income or it is some other aspect, whatever may be there. So they are sending that whatever the compliance is there. And after verifying the compliance only, any action is proposed. It's not there that any action or any show cause notice, etc. is issued on the basis of difference of the data. We know the difference can be on different account. It can be number of other issues, that service may be non-taxable, the service may be exempted, whatever the number of different things may be there. So that we are aware, that is the reason we are asking the taxpayer to clarify. Now, whatever this small issue is concerned regarding the rate of tax, we are aware that is a rate of tax is there. This is depend on the receipt basis. Now there is a provision under the taxation rules also. That is a determination of point of taxation rules. There are the incidents are there whether the service was provided prior to change of the rate of tax or after that rate of tax. Then the aspects are there when the invoice was raised, when the payment was received. These all concepts are there. So whenever any taxpayer is getting any communication from the department, he can always send the details and that will be verified. And it is whatever the action will be there, that will be verified, and any deduction, whatever is there, genuine deduction, that will always allow. So it's not there that we are simply issuing the notices on the basis of difference of the data.
Okay. Sir, in that we have a two suggestion.
Yeah.
They are asking for the ST3 returns. Now, ST3 returns are filed online. So the department can also download the same from their system. And another problem with the same is, right now the service tax site is not working properly. So when we are trying to download the same, either OTP is not generated or we are not able to download the same. So and there is a shortage of time. They are saying that provide this information in 7 days. अभी सब 6 साल पुरानी डिटेल्स निकालनी भी है, रिकंसाइल भी करके देना है, क्योंकि वहां पे तो बड़ी बड़ी फिगर रिकंसिलेशन डिफरेंस निकाल के देते हैं, तो हमको उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन करने में भी थोड़ा टाइम जाता है. तो और पेंडेमिक में सर सिचुएशन ऐसा है कि वी आर ऑल्सो वर्किंग आइदर फ्रॉम वर्क फ्रॉम होम और विद ए लिमिटेड कैपेसिटी. तो उस केस में टाइम थोड़ा कंस्ट्रेंट नहीं करना चाहिए, ऐसा हमारा सुझाव है.
See, this I absolutely agree with the suggestion, but now there are two aspects of this thing. What we have found कि maximum cases, like 60 to 70% cases, when we are sending emails, even after sending 2 or 3 mails, we are not getting any response from the taxpayer. एक ये बहुत बड़ी problem I think हम भेजते हैं, but they are not responding on the what data we are asking. Service tax return, it should be available with the department. In general, we are not asking. But suppose sometime it happens that due to the system error, we are not able to download or something is there, then it may be asked, but it is on your part. If you are not providing, it's okay. We can always download or we can ask from the system. It's not a big problem. What we exactly are asking, requiring the explanation. What we want, explanation of the difference. That is the crux of entire exercise. If you can provide the explanation, that is sufficient. With the whatever ITR and whatever you can provide, ST3 return, we can have our own and we can take call on that part. So
okay, sir.
You can provide that.
Yeah, but the only problem is sometimes we are also not able to download from the system due to the portal issue. So that should be taken care of.
And generally we are bound by timeline, but sometimes it happens that we don't have any time left to issue any notice. Then sometime it may happen. Otherwise, we are giving sufficient. We are trying our best to verify and then only take any action in the genuine cases.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you. Now, the next question is of administration. That is, I will request R.L. Kabra sir to address the issue. There is a lot of confusion regarding the segregation of jurisdiction. Ahmedabad has issued the trade notice 1/2017 on 16th of June. Need to be revised as there has been many changes in the office's building also. There is a need for a fresh trade notice for jurisdiction with all the details like contact number, email ID for all Gujarat. काबरा सर,
इसमें दो इश्यू आपने रेज किए हैं. एक है रिगार्डिंग सेग्रीगेशन ऑफ ज्यूरिसडिक्शन, कि ज्यूरिसडिक्शन में कुछ कंफ्यूजन है. तो अहमदाबाद साउथ और अहमदाबाद नॉर्थ का जो ज्यूरिसडिक्शन जहां पर टच होता है, जो डिमार्केटिंग लाइन है, वहां पर थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन जो हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के भी नॉलेज में है, उस पर ऑलरेडी काम चल रहा है, तो उसको क्लैरिफाई किया जाएगा. उसके अलावा कहीं पर ज्यूरिसडिक्शन का आपको इश्यू आता है तो वो भी आप हमारे नोटिस में लाएं, तो वो भी इसी समय पर उसको करेक्शन कर दिया जाएगा. सेकंड इश्यू जो आपका है कि जो ऑफिस का एड्रेस चेंज हो गया है, कुछ डिवीजन शिफ्ट हुए हैं, तो उनके कारण से वो जो पुराना एड्रेस था वो चेंज करने की आवश्यकता है. तो पूरे गुजरात का तो नहीं, लेकिन अपना अहमदाबाद जोन है, उसके जितने भी ऑफिस हैं, शेरों कमिश्नरेट, ऑडिट कमिश्नरेट और अपील कमिश्नरेट और जो रेंजियस डिवीजन है, उनका एड्रेस का कंसोलिडेटेड लिस्ट किसी एक फॉर्मेट में, ट्रेड नोटिस के फॉर्मेट में नहीं, लेकिन किसी और फॉर्मेट में भी वो कंसोलिडेट करके अपडेटेड लिस्ट प्रोवाइड करें.
सर, जो अपना जो ट्रेड नोटिस नंबर 1 था वो काफी डिटेल था, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. आपने सही बताया कि देयर इज ए ओवरलैपिंग ऑफ सम ऑफ द एरियाज. We appreciate that concern also, but हमारा request ऐसा है कि because in that there is no contact details of the concerned officers, यानी contact number भी नहीं है, landline number और email ID भी नहीं है. अगर वो चीज अगर मिलती है तो it would be easier for the taxpayer also कि कुछ भी उसको communicate करना है तो immediately कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल, ये जो पूरे जोन का जो है वो सारे कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स, कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर, ईमेल आईडी वो कंसोलिडेटेड करके एक ही जगह पर अवेलेबल हो जाए, वो वैसी व्यवस्था.
सो काइंड ऑफ यू सर. हमारा रिक्वेस्ट ये रहेगा, आप अहमदाबाद का तो करोगे तो हमारे जो रूरल एरिया में प्रैक्टिशनर्स है वो भी उसमें से लाभ ले वंचित न रह जाए. तो हम इच्छते हैं कि आप गांधीनगर कमिश्नरेट भी ये करें, राजकोट कमिश्नरेट भी है, अगर वो अपने जुरिडिक्शन का भी करेंगे और साउथ गुजरात का भी है, अगर ये हो जाता है तो पूरे गुजरात, मे बी नॉट बी बाय टुमारो, आई वी अंडरस्टैंड, बट इट एज ए प्रोसेस अगर वो हो जाता है तो अच्छा रहेगा सबके लिए.
ये आपकी बहुत अच्छी सजेशन है. हम ये अभी दोबारा से इसका जो भी एड्रेसेस हैं, कांटेक्ट डिटेल्स हैं, वो तो हम लोग कर ही देंगे. बट क्या होता है कि जैसे मान लीजिए ट्रांसफर होता है तो डिविजनल डीसी भी बदल जाते हैं कई बार, डिप्टी कमिश्नर, तो वो एक रहता है. लेकिन वी विल एंश्योर कि हमारी जो वेबसाइट है उसके ऊपर हमेशा लेटेस्ट पोजीशन टू द एक्सटेंट पॉसिबल हम उस पर रखें, और ताकि आपके चाहे कहीं रूरल एरिया हो या कुछ भी वो है. रही बात जहाँ तक साउथ गुजरात की, उसका ज्यूरिसडिक्शन हमारा वडोदरा जोन के अंदर में आता है, तो वो आज नहीं है हमारे साथ यहाँ पे. मे बी नेक्स्ट टाइम वी कैन रिक्वेस्ट चीफ कमिश्नर वडोदरा जोन ऑल्सो टू ज्वाइन इन दिस एंडेवर. बट वी विल डेफिनेटली जो आपके सजेशन है वो हम उनको भी भेज देंगे, ताकि वो भी इसके ऊपर अपनी वेबसाइट के ऊपर डाल दें, और हम और वो उन लोगों का इनफैक्ट हम एक लिंक भी अपने यहाँ प्रोवाइड कर देंगे ताकि कोई वडोदरा जोन का जो लिंक है उनकी साइट का वो हमारे से अगर आता भी है तो वो वहाँ पर पहुँच सके और उनको वो डिटेल तो वेबसाइट पे हम एक लिंक भी दे
So kind of you, sir. So thank you very much for the same. Now the next question is for administration. In case of a, I think, sorry. It is for Lalit Prasad, sir. In case of a wrong issue of refund, say issue of refund of a capital goods or for services, the dealer has to pay the amount with interest. Now there.
Muted. Priyam bhai? I think Priyam bhai has lost signals.
Yes.
Ruben bhai, can you proceed with the questions? Aiyega, Ruben bhai.
Yes, Priyam bhai. Priyam bhai, તમારે unmute કરવો પડશે.
Yeah, Lalit Prasad, sir. Lalit Prasad, sir, is not.
શેર કરવી પડશે, સ્ક્રીન શેર કરવી પડશે તમારે.
હા, હું કરું. એક મિનિટ.
Hello.
1 minute, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So what I understand from this question is when you say about rejection of the refund, you are actually talking about recrediting of the amount as per Rule 93. Am I right?
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
So in my commissionerate, I had checked as to how many such cases are pending. So out of 20 odd cases which are pending, I saw that in all the cases, it's because of the declarations not filed. As you understand that under 93(2), this amount can be recredited only once the declaration is filed. About the declaration is very clear about that this amount is will not be the appeal will not be filed in such cases. So in all these cases, I do not know about other commissionerates. As far as what I have checked in Saurashtra, these amounts are pending because of non-filing of the declaration. So my request would be if you can specify any particular case, then I can always respond back to, or if it pertains to other commissionerate, my request would be if you can send these data to those commissionerates. Please.
Correct, sir. It is not pertaining to the Rajkot. I have the query regarding the Ahmedabad. I fully appreciate, but it is the case where they have provided this declaration about non-filing of appeal also, and also made certain reminders for recredit, but still the same has not been done. Therefore, this question has been taken.
So my request would be if you can kindly send this to the respective commissionerate once again. We all are online and we are here to help you out. So in case of anything, the purpose of this meeting is having to address each other's concerns on these matters. So we would be very pleased to handle these cases. So my request is kindly send them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Could you please tell us which particular commissionerate? Is it only one case or a number of cases?
Sir, I have the incidence of one. I have the details of one case. That is Ahmedabad. I need to check whether it is of south or north.
Okay.
That I need to check.
I would then suggest, as Lalit has also said, kindly take up with that particular commissioner. Either it will be Mr. Sunil Kumar Singh or Dr. Balbir Singh, or it would be Mr. Jitesh Nagori. उनसे आप ये स्पेसिफिक केस के बारे में you can take up, उनको डिटेल भेज दीजिए and see whether this is resolved, because
100%.
we'll see what is the reason. Let us have a look at it. Okay?
Sure, sir. On Monday, we will provide this detail. We have the email ID of both the sirs. So it is not of Gandhinagar, it is of Ahmedabad. So I will send the details to both the commissioners. Thank you. Now, 1 minute. Now, question relating to registration. May I request Sunil Kumar Singh sir to address the said question? Question is, during this time of corona pandemic, visit of office at the place of business may be dangerous to health of officers and the taxpayer and their staff. So, if such things are happening, at least it should be avoided.
Unwarranted visits of officers are where there is, like there are certain refunds which are refund of cases where we have incidents of exporters and their suppliers. I think there also it is very cautiously, verifications are being done so that at least a refund part can be sanctioned if found admissible. So we are taking great care of these instructions issued by Ministry of Home Affairs and guidelines issued.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, question is related to the GST assessment. Now, the question is for Anil Kumar, sir. It says that different approaches are seen by the different officers with regard to the GST departmental audit across the state. In some instances, notice in form ADT 1 is issued for the period July 17 to March 18. And in some cases, notices are issued for the period July 17 to March 20. As the due date for annual return of GST 9 and 9C for the 18-19 are not yet over, asking SSC to get their accounts audited by the department will take away their right of paying the tax on the self-assessment basis.
Sir, the issue basically you are saying that till the ADT 1 is issued for 17-18, there is no problem.
No
problem.
It
is only with regards to subsequent period.
Correct, sir.
We have inquired from the 2 audit commissioners of our zone, and both of them have informed that they have not issued any notices with regard to period after 17-18. So can you share the details where any specific case is there that they are asked information or period of audit is beyond 17-18 for GST?
I will provide this detail in the next week.
Okay, sir.
Sure. I have the query from the member. So those query I will bring to your notice.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now the next question, 22, is for registration. It is for Dr. Balbir Singh ji. Revocation application of cancellation of registration. The person who fails to file revocation application in time, first appeal was filed. It was rejected on the ground of delay in filing. Condonation of delay is not permissible. Tribunal is also yet not set. In these circumstances, no remedy for the person whose registration number is cancelled. Some remedy measure would be provided.
Good evening again. I'm happy to inform that this has already been taken care of, and the date for this has been extended to 30th of September 2022. So this happened in the last 40th meeting of the GST Council on 12th of June. It has been taken care of. You can intimate your members accordingly.
Sure, sir.
People are aware of this thing. It has been taken care of.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It can be filed up to 30th of September 2022.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for updating to the members. Now the question is relating to the portal. Late fee waiver for the it is for Dr. Jitesh Ji Nagori. Late fee waiver for GST 3B for July 17 to January 20 is given. The person who filed July 17 to March 18 will be unable to file GST 9 as the portal do not open until annual return, if anyone return is not filed. The late fees for GST 9 is 100 plus 100 to 100 per day. Penalty shows as the portal is more than 32,000. The late fee in GST 9 also be waived or reduced to 500 as cap in GST 3B.
Basically, I can find there are two parts of your question. One part where what I can understand that you are trying to say if the return GST 3B return for between 17 to 18 not filed, then the GST 9 cannot be filed. That is because you are aware GST 9 is nothing but it's a reconciliation of all the returns filed during the year.
Correct.
So without filing single return, it cannot be filed because there cannot be any reconciliation. That will defeat the entire purpose. So I don't think there can be any issue on that part is there. And as far as second part of your question is there, that is we know because of this due to this pandemic situation, government has relaxed, put the upper cap on case of GSTR 3B which were filed delay or late. Now there is no such provision for the annual return which is filed under section 44. There is a still the cap under the statute is 0.25% of the turnover, which
Correct.
may be high in case of the used turnover is there. So this is your this request to reduce the fine amount and to put a cap like it has been put in the case of GST 3B. It's a policy issue, and
Correct,
I think
sir.
you can take over this with the higher authorities for this whatever relaxation you are seeking. You can take it with the higher authorities.
Sir, our request is you also take up this issue from your side to the higher authority. We will also represent, because in a way you are reducing the monthly liabilities of penalty, and other way the corresponding impact has not been carried out. So there is a mismatch in the relief. That is the queries.
Sure, we'll take up with this.
Thank you, sir. Now the next question is for R.K. Tiwari, sir. That is relating to the IGST refund. Sir, everyone, for a risky exporter, we have the notification circular number 131 by the GST department. Above circular was issued for the SOP to be followed by the exporter. Under the above circular, certain exporter were issued verification notice from the CGST department for verification of ITC and other relevant document, and the IGST refund scroll of such exporter were kept in abeyance till NOC is not received from the CGST department. Due to this, the lakhs of rupee are stuck in the IGST refund. It has been clearly mentioned in the circular to expedite such matters. Also, it has also been observed that around 1.5 months of submission of all the relevant document, NOC has not been issued to the custom department. Even in some cases, after 1.5 months, letters are issued regarding the discrepancy in document submitted, and questions are asked which are not felt relevant for the refund. Sir, in some cases, I have heard from the member that how many employees you have, such type of questions has been asked. So our request is, as per the point number 3.1 of the said circular also, which is required to be addressed within 14 days, and NOC is required to be issued. Sir, your views on the same.
Yes, there have been some cases in which there was some delay in issuing the NOC. But you see, in last 2-3 months, because of this COVID-19 pandemic, even we were working with the reduced strength. And some of the exporters, actually their places were lying in the containment zone, or there were some areas where they were under the lockdown. So in last 2-3 months, slightly this process has slowed down. But you see that it is not only about the exporter. To get the NOC, we have to verify some of their suppliers also, L1 and L2 suppliers. So what is happening in case exporter might have submitted the documents, we have sent a report also, but sometimes we don't get the documents from suppliers, because ultimately it is the money of exporter which is stuck. Correct. So I can say, I will also, as Sir has said in his opening remark, I will again request, whenever there is a request from the department to submit the documents from the suppliers, not from the exporter normally submit the documents. But sometimes we feel the issue regarding the suppliers. So if suppliers are also getting the document, then the consolidated report is generated, and then the NOC is issued. So if these documents are there, we will definitely do it as soon as possible. Having said that, yes, please.
Sir, in some of the cases, suppose all the documents are submitted, and still for no reason, if it is lying, maybe out of the sight of the officer also. So whether they can come and approach the officer so that this pending issue can be resolved?
Yes, they can definitely approach the commissioner, to the concerned officer also. Even the circular itself provides the mechanism. If it is not done in 14 days, how we can proceed, that is there in circular itself.
So there is a procedure for grievance also. That no one would like to go for the grievance. We want amicable solution of the issue. So what we will message to our member is, in such cases, they should go and meet the concerned jurisdictional commissionerate so that the pending issue can be resolved.
Yes, they should they can meet the deputy commissioner or the or his joint commissioner, and if they are not satisfied or they feel that the response is not coming, please meet the commissioner. And so this will be sorted out because commissioners are very senior officer.
Yeah.
Even if after that, if you feel that there is still a problem and you are not satisfied, come and you can approach my chief commissioner office and we will definitely intervene. But wherever any problem is brought to our notice, believe me, we take it very seriously. We are very, because the government's directions are very, very particular and clear that the refunds are to be given expeditiously and NOC, whether it is relating to the customs or whether it is relating to GST. So we take it very seriously. Feel free to bring to our notice. But only thing I would say is that please approach the first with the jurisdictional officer and the commissioner, and then you can come to you. If you come, then we will know what is the position.
No, sir. We will intimate to our member that they should go by the chronology.
Right.
First, meet the jurisdictional officer, and then the things are not solved, go to DC and
then upgrade it so that we can come to know why there is a problem.
Correct,
and
sir.
We will also tell that in fact, we have already told you whenever a person comes, they should be told what is exactly the problem, so that is not in dark.
Sure, fine. Thank you, sir. Now the question is for R.K. Tiwari, sir, for the old assessment. There are instances where the service tax audit has been completed by the department and the order report has been issued. For the same period, the department is sending the notice of discrepancy with regard to the figure reflected in service tax return and the figure submitted in the income tax return and asking for the documents again. The notices are issued without examining the facts or looking into the earlier submission of the SSC, causing unnecessary compliance burden on the taxpayer.
See, in this regard, once an assessee is audited for a particular period, normally that assessee is not again scrutinized. So if any particular issue has been come to your notice, again I will request that the solution would be a simple letter can be written to the concerned officer. If this period has already been audited, so that will be taken care of.
Okay, fine, sir. So thank you very much for answering to the, yes.
Priyam bhai, we have received certain questions.
So I'm going to that. I'm going to that. Thank you very much for answering all the questions which we have provided to you before this webinar. And sir, we have received certain questions right now. So if you permit, we can take up. If certain solutions are not there, we can take the follow-up action also and can try to solve the issue. Karthik bhai, can you take up these questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can also read. I am able to read. But question is pertaining to the refund under the inverted duty textile industry. The issue pertaining to the notification number 20/2018 dated 16 July 2018, where in the word lapses has been struck down by the Honorable Gujarat High Court, and the same has been stayed by the Honorable Supreme Court. However, further to the same circular number 94/13/2019 dated 20th March 2018, interest was to be paid on a delay lapse credit. However, the section pertaining to interest has been amended, but the department is still forcing the circular referred above has to resolve this issue.
This is I think too technical.
Okay.
Please give us in writing.
Sure.
Give us some time to go through it, so that we can examine it and properly give a response.
Barabar. Okay, sir. I fully appreciate. Sir, so what we are doing is whatever the question we have received during this webinar session, or e-open house session, we will compile it and provide you to your office so that the appropriate solution can be addressed. Right? With this, I am very thankful to all the 4 commissionerate from the department and also the Principal Commissioner Ajay Jain sir to be the part of this each and every question answer session. And sir, I would say that your presence and your inputs has added a flavor to the flower, whereby the most of the questions are properly addressed, or wherever there are certain suggestions are there, we will convey your suggestion to the taxpayer as well as the tax professional. And whenever it is a portal related issue, we will also address to the higher authority. And we also expect that some representation, if it will go from your side, that will also add to the value of our representation also. So may I request Income Tax Bar President Ashutosh Bhai to give the formal vote of thanks.
Bhai.
Yeah.
Ashish Bhai Tekmani will give the vote of thanks.
Sorry, Ashish Bhai, please give.
It is indeed my honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks for today's open house in relation to issues relation to GST. No words shall be enough to thank you, sir, Principal CGST Ahmedabad Zone, for agreeing to be the chief guest of the house. Similarly, I would like to thank Honorable Sunil Kumar, Principal Commissioner CGST Ahmedabad South, Honorable Dr. Valbir Singh, Commissioner CGST Ahmedabad North, Honorable Lalit Prasad Sir, Commissioner CGST Rajkot, Honorable Dr. Jitesh Nagori Sir, Commissioner CGST Gandhinagar. I would also like to thank all the officials from the office of Ajay Jain Sir who have worked hard to answer all our queries. A lot of queries and practical issues faced in relation to GST have been addressed by you, sir, and your team. It is going to be immensely helpful to our members and also therefore helpful to the taxpayers at large. The amount of time and effort given to resolve the queries shows the amount of hard work the officials have been putting in for the consultants' tax queries. We are really privileged to have such a hard-working official with us. I would also like to thank CA PM Shah sir for coordinating with the authorities, compiling the queries and getting the same. We the taxpayers, we the tax professionals shall remain highly obliged to you. My vote of thanks would be incomplete without thanking all the office bearers and committee members of AGFTC, Income Tax Bar Association, Chartered Accountant Association Ahmedabad, Tax Practitioners Association Nadiyad, Bhavnagar Income Tax Bar Association, Southern Gujarat Income Tax Bar Association, Jamnagar Tax Consultant Association, DISA Tax Bar Association, and Tax Practitioners Association Godhra, without which today's e-open house wouldn't have been possible. I would also like to thank more than 250 members who have joined the e-open house and have helped the open house to be a grand success. Once again, I would like to thank on behalf of all the all the associations, all the honorable and distinguished officials for the time they have given to the e-open house. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish Bhai,
Thank you,
for your very nice vote of thanks. So I once again I really appreciate and admire the efforts put in by the honorable authorities because your words and your direction can make a lot of difference in taxpayers' life and tax professionals' attitude to how to do work, and basically it reinstates the confidence to do their work in a very effective way. So we very humbly thank you all the honorable authorities, and a big thank you to CA PMR Shah, who has rendered the voice of all the taxpayers and tax professionals to honorable authorities. So as Honorable Ajay Jain sir has said that they will definitely come out with more open houses. And sir, I reassure you that this is the utmost need of the hour, where honorable authorities give some direction and we follow those direction, and ease of doing work will be created. And sir, last point, there are 9 tax professional association has joined this open house, so this is the biggest achievement. And with these words, we are ending this session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you.